Hey, we're here.
Yo, we're here.
We're on our way to see Batman vs Superman.
Yo, BVS. That's what it's all about.
We were going to see the Star Theater, but we didn't think that Star Theater was quality enough.
We actually went into the theater and we sat down for about maybe 10 seconds. we bought popcorn and all the like fixins, and we entered the theater with like, this fucking sucks, dude. And then so now we're on our way, making like a 6-mile trip to the nearest Celebration Cinema.
Yeah, we got to see Batman vs Superman
the right way.
The right way. And to my wife who might watch this, we're not buying the thing of popcorn, so don't get mad at us.
Yeah, don't get mad. We're eating it right now.
But anyway, it's gonna be great, and we'll have our review probably right after this. So we'll see you later.
See ya. Peace.
Next time it's so. All right, so we just got done.
Oh wait, that's the Superman theme.
We just got done witnessing Batman vs Superman.
We sure did.
Like we said, we came all the way out to the good theater so we could watch it, and we were going to do this at my house, but since we came out to the other theater, we are currently in the Rivertown parking lot.
Because my car...
Don't worry about it. Anyways.
I think we need to like explain this real quick because it's kind of necessary. So we're out here doing it in the Rivertown parking lot because my car battery just died, and we're just sitting here like...
We're waiting for my wonderful wife to come
We saw the devastation that was Batman versus Superman, and then like we get out to our car and we're like, normal life sucks.
It's actually funny because his battery like started acting up before we came out and parked, but we were just like, we just can't worry about it right now. We have to worry about the greatest gladiator match in history
of all time.
But anyways, spoilers. It was good. It was great. I loved it. Mm-hmm. Taking it from the top. How did it start out again? I already forgot it.
It started off with, obviously, I guess spoilers would be a good term for this video, I guess. It started out with Bruce Wayne.
He was driving through Metropolis.
Well, it also started out with his family's death, too,
yes.
and him, like, running away like a little wussy, like, oh, dude, my dad and my mom is dead.
Yeah, so it started out with him going to his parents' funeral, and that was cool. Well, I mean, you've seen it a million times. Anyways, he followed through the thing, saw the Cave of Bats, and where it really takes off is when, again, Bruce Wayne is going through Metropolis, and this is taking place during the first movie where, Superman's battling out Zod, and his place just gets decimated. There's a Wayne Tower in Metropolis that just gets sliced through, and everyone's dying and stuff.
It just gets absolutely destroyed.
I know.
And then,
I
was there, maybe.
So it starts off with like this cool car scene where Ben Affleck's like driving through doing his thing.
Ben Affleck, like the first introduction of Ben Affleck is him like getting off a helicopter, and you're like, this is the Bruce Wayne I need.
Yeah, dude, Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne was amazing. Like he. I guess the best way I can do it is compare him to Christian Bale, and Christian Bale was skinny, and he was kind of flat faced. Kind of reminds you of Pro Jared in that regard, actually. But
Bruce Wayne is Ben Affleck. See, no, he just is Bruce Wayne now.
It kind of sounds the same too. Ben Affleck, Bruce Wayne.
So jacked in this movie. It's ridiculous.
And like his jaw is very pronounced. He's just got broad shoulders, and the material of the suit is made out of cloth, so like you can just see all the bulging muscles. Anyways, so. The whole point of the movie, I think, its underlying message was the question: Can
there be a Superman?
Yes, but I think another underlying question comparing him to Batman is can good people stay good in the world? And that was a subject that they tackle a lot in the movie.
Well, there's also a lot of things that they tackle in that movie. There's so many things in this movie. It took the first hour of this movie, I think you should be prepared to know that there is a lot of scenes that happen.
It's a little choppy at times.
And not enough time for you to get full... I remember one scene in particular was out of nowhere. Superman and Martha Kent are talking, and she's giving him this speech, and then it's done in like 5 seconds, and you're like, wow... if that would maybe have dragged on a little bit longer, maybe it would have resonated with me, but it didn't really.
I think that's one of the movie's main flaws is that it is a little choppy.
It's so choppy.
It's really hard to get a bearing of where you're at in the movie because there's so many times where you're like where are they in Metropolis or Gotham, and then Batman's like, don't worry, there's no one here. We can blow it up all we want.
Fight.
But it like I said, it was great. I actually reading all the critic reviews, I was waiting for it to get like bad, you know, like I was waiting for it to be like, okay, when is it going to start boring me? When is it going to be a little too much? But I never really got to that point like I thought it would.
In fact, the movie didn't even feel as long as it was.
No, it felt like it could have been 30 minutes longer, and I wouldn't even have noticed. Like it was an hour and a half. I feel like it was an hour and a half through, and we were only watching 30 minutes, which is a good thing, by the way.
Yeah, Ben Affleck's performance was great. Henry Cavill.
I always love him as Superman.
Decent performance by Henry. Like, I mean, he doesn't have that, like... I liked his Clark Kent. I liked how, because you never got to see his Clark Kent in Man of Steel, you get to see it in Batman v Superman.
Yeah, I almost feel like his Clark Kent is even a little more interesting than Superman.
A little bit, but... You know, I'm glad it didn't go for that, like, Christopher Reeve Superman, where, like, Clark Kent is a bumbling in it. It was like, oh, jeez, Lois. Oh,
yeah, I'm glad he keeps that, because he wouldn't be an idiot in real life. He'd be a big, he's a big dude.
He's a dude!
Yeah, he's a handsome, good-looking guy. Anyways, Henry Cavill was great. By the way, one of the other things, Wonder Woman was amazing in the movie. But one of the things that a lot of critics complain about is that they felt that Lois Lane was, Wonder Woman was shoehorned into the movie, like at the beginning, just for the last fight. Mm-hmm. But there was a lot of build-up. There was like 4 or 5 scenes with Ben Affleck just talking to, I don't know her name. What is Wonder Woman's real name?
Princess Diana?
Yeah,
Princess Diana. Yeah.
So like, she totally wasn't just shoehorned in the movie. Like she was doing stuff throughout the entire movie, just like Lois Lane was. Which also is why it was a little choppy, because there were so many characters introduced.
Yeah, don't go into this movie thinking you're going to get invested into one plot, because you'll be invested in a lot. It tries to touch on the politicals of Batman and Superman. They're both side of the argument or whatever.
But it comes to a grinding halt in one scene. And we won't spoil that one, but it was good.
And then there's also Lois Lane trying to find something or whatever. She's got like she kept on bringing up the bullet in the little bag, like constantly. She's like, "This is a bullet," and everybody's like, "We know."
Yeah, there was a few times where I was just like, "Where are you going with that exactly?"
I didn't know. I didn't care about Lois Lane.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah.
I think the actor's fine. I think maybe if this wasn't such a convoluted movie, maybe she could pull off
flourish a little bit more
as Lois Lane. And then Gal Gadot, or Gal Gadot, I don't really know how to pronounce her last name.
Who's that? Was that the girl who played Wonder Woman? She was great. She was great.
Who?
Yeah, who? Nightwing? But anyways, it was like the action was awesome. I really like the juxtaposition between Batman and Superman, because when Batman's fighting, like stuff is slow when he's flipping people over, and you know you can really feel the weight of everything.
And then with Superman, you just feel like it's some sort of Dragon Ball Z fight where everything's just flying
everywhere, and the punches happen really suddenly, and he's like grappling people in midair. It was awesome. I loved it.
It was a great movie. I highly recommend it. I wish I could go more in detail of what I really wanted to have this review be, but basically what you need to know about Batman v Superman is that it's set up for the Justice League.
Yeah.
In every sense of the word, anytime they could shoehorn in, well, yeah, I do believe it was shoehorned in a lot of the Justice League stuff, that, like, the cameos
were barely cameos. They weren't really cameos at all, actually.
It was Batman. It was Ben Affleck's Batman sending Wonder Woman an email of all of the Flash, Aquaman, and Cyborg.
And then, of course, she has to, like, show them to. She's like, I'll watch them now.
I gotta watch them all.
Yeah.
And then, like, oh my god, I don't know.
But the parts with Aquaman, the Flash, and Cyborg were very cool. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I like the Flash. I like Cyborgs. The Aquaman one, I was like, are you gonna do anything? He's like staring at the screen for about 5 minutes, like Justice League.
But yeah, and it was also really, some of the scenes were really like hard to watch. So, like the movie was dark, almost a little too dark. Sometimes it just looked like a bunch of green and black.
Yeah, if you're expecting a happy, good feeling movie.
It is very dark, both in tone and in style.
I think it's actually grittier than the Dark Knight series, to be honest.
There was a lot of times where it was a little hard to watch with some of the stuff that happened.
There was a lot of grime in this movie, so you might want to be ultra careful.
Ow, buddy.
But
nice brights.
thanks, dude.
But anyways,
we're gonna get a Macy's.
the bottom line is I don't know what the critics were really flipping on about. It was cohesive. The parts melted together. The characters were great.
Most of it was cohesive. Sometimes you'll get lost and be like, okay, how do we get here? Where's this gonna go? But most of the time, this movie was solid.
The final thing we should talk about is the big fight between Batman versus Superman, which was not the climax of the movie like we were led to believe.
No.
Which is almost a good thing because they gave the Doomsday battle a little more time than I thought they would, honestly.
Now let's dive into this fight. There was a lot of things that I wanted from this fight. One thing was just like non-stop battle.
Yes, they did take a lot of breaks.
They did take a lot of time to like reposition themselves or
a lot of throwing.
I was just about to say they were grappling like Street Fighter characters constantly,
just like all the time, throwing them through the walls and stuff. There was this one part where, because how Batman hurt him with his big suit is that he had like a bunch of like grenades full of kryptonite powder or whatever, and then there was this one part where where they were in like I think they were in Wayne Manor, right? Old Wayne Manor. But he just ripped off the sink after throwing that kryptonite bomb and just started wailing on Superman.
Just bashed Superman into the ground, man.
It was awesome.
And Batman's armored suit is all like
peeled
cut
off
up and destroyed, and he's like, Martha!
The Batman vs Superman fight was shorter and a little slower than I thought, but
it was short.
It's definitely made up for with the Doomsday fight, I think, because seeing all of them work. And one of the other things that I didn't like though was that I wish there was a little more banter between Batman and Superman, but I feel like they said as much as they needed to.
I feel like that's another thing why the Justice League part is kind of shoehorned in. If this was solely like what the movie says, it's Dawn of Justice. Let's have ourselves like the three main people of the Justice League. We got Batman, we got Superman, we got Wonder Woman. Let's have them communicate. But this was supposed to be a Batman v Superman movie, and judging by the fight, that is only like the smallest portion of action in this movie. They should have just called it Dawn of Justice. I feel like exactly. They could have just. I don't know why they had to put Batman vs Superman in the title. But anyways, yeah, and Diana and Clark Kent didn't and Superman didn't talk at all, did they? No, they're all like Doomsday. Yeah, she talked to Ben Affleck 2 or 3 times. But anyways, it's flawed. Glad. But I loved it. Like, I don't know why it got a 30% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's why you can't trust reviews for critics all the time. You can't really trust anybody. So what percentage would you give it, Cameron? I would have to give it a pretty decent score. And that is a 4 out of 5. But my rating is going to be based off of Batman's pecs. And solid. So Batman's pecs were pretty hard, but not as hard as Superman, so that is why it gets a 4 out of 5. I'm gonna have to say because of the misleading title, because you felt a few things were shoehorned in, because the fight wasn't the climax of the movie and the marketing was a little misleading, but because the plot was solid, because you felt like bigger things were coming, and because Ben Affleck, all the actors were amazing, and I think I'll give it an 85%. 85%? 85%? On Rotten Tomatoes? Yeah, I think I'll Rotten Tomato at 85%. That's some pretty good percentage right there. I was pleasantly surprised. I know lots of people might have differing opinions about the movie. I already know they'll have differing opinions about the movie, like everybody does. But, yeah, like, if you're going into this movie and don't think about Marvel's cinematic universe, okay, don't even compare it to that. This is DC's universe. Yeah, so, it's really it's two different things, I feel like. So it's going to be... At least for right now. I'm not worried about the Justice League like some people are. Everybody's like, oh no, if this is the movie, then why is the Justice League happening? But this is a good movie. Spend your money, kids. Spend your money, kids, like we did today, going to at least, like, I don't know, 2 different theaters. Alright, so next time, Finch and Malt, we'll have gameplay. We'll have more reviews, Civil War.